Welcome back to the show, everybody. The most dangerous hands in the multiverse is still loose. Cause we are about to talk about the Capcom Home Arcade. Shout out to Capcom UK for bringing this information to you. Just some preamble, real quick. Number one, this has not been officially announced for anybody else other than the UK, but notice it's probably coming to a hood near you. So don't worry about it. When more news comes out, I will have it. The thing that I'm excited about, because you know what I'm saying, because of what happened and things, I was able to take a look at this list, see what this thing is. And we have got a lot to talk about because given the games that are a part of this thing, we'll call it a thing because it is indeed a thing. You can identify it as such. Some things you need to know about the games on this collection because there are some very exclusive games, not including that one like, oh God, why wasn't a part of that thing that came out a couple of months ago? But this is, I understand, because you know things. But we'll discuss that later. I have not been excited like this in a very long while, dog, to put on my professor glasses and my professor jacket because Uncle Triple about to take you to school because there are things you need to know about some of the games in this collection because, just putting it out there, some of these games have never been seen outside of their arcade format in history. And that's big, given that they could have filled this with the usual suspects, but this list is full of some insane exclusive killers. And that's probably going to be the selling point of this machine because you can get these things no words. Just so I can also say this, just putting this hope ether in the air, here's hoping that some of these games that are a part of this thing become available in other ways other than buying a big giant arcade stick that happens to do stuff. So it is what it is with that. I do also have a couple of questions that hopefully, because we're going to take a look at the website. I just skimmed at the games. I ain't really take a look at like what this thing does or anything. I ain't took a look at the trailer either. It's just that I know what's in it. And that, because that's all I really want to like focus this video on. But I'm open to learning what this thing is and where I can get my hands on it. Because given what's on it, it's a must for me for some specific reasons. But we'll get all into that. But look, right now, sit down, chill. Your favorite girl and mine is about to come and bless us with the goodies. So, super duper monkey magic box. Girl, where you at, baby? Oh yes, super duper monkey magic box in the building. She about to hold the streets down. So look, no bullshit, no nothing. If y'all ready, I'm definitely ready to take a look at this trailer so we can see some of this in action because we've got a lot to talk about. Professor Triple's about to make an appearance. So, right now, Uncle Triple's in the building, doing what we do, gonna watch the trailer, but once this is over and we get to Google and Chrome, Professor Triple's coming. You've been warned. So, now activating the Capcom Home Arcade.exe. Boop. I like the boot part. I thought that was kind of dope. Down or up LYB. Classic. Introducing the ultimate home arcade experience. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this. Oh hell yeah, got lots to say about that. We talked about that. I played that game on the channel with the Myth. You've seen that. This is something we definitely gonna get into. That to a lesser degree, but we'll talk about it, right? Yeah, that. Oh, definitely that right there. We're gonna talk about Sonic control. I could go with a back top that's new, you know what I'm saying? But, 16 years. But you know, we'll talk about back top. I'm looking at these games. I think this list, we got a lot to get into. Yes. Classic. Wi-Fi enabled for worldwide leaderboard. Plug and play directly to your TV. That's kind of dope, you know what I'm saying? Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them. Capcom Home Arcade. Bringing the arcade home experience to you. Pre-order now at CapcomHomeArcade.com. Don't worry about that. I got it. Don't worry about that. It's all good. Alright, so we're done with that. So let's take care of a couple of things. Let's stop this. Let's get rid of that. It's time to bring in your best friend. And mine, your best friend, mine, everybody's, Google Mother Chrome, where you at, baby? Google Mother Chrome, you know what it is. It's going down. So we're just gonna chill over here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna chill. I'm gonna get everything set up. I want to get this set up properly. So, welcome to the website for the Capcom Home Arcade, brought to you by Capcom UK. Yeah, we got some more Capcom stuff to talk about later. Yes, I'm still staring at Giga Record all because I really want that limited edition version. And yes, there are still plenty of copies on Simply Limited Games for Raging Justice, which you should play because that game is really good. Anywho, welcome to this website. Only thing I scrolled through this website, didn't really think, but we gonna go through it together because I know that's what we usually do. But I came here to take a look at these lists of games up front because I just wanted to prepare myself because again, Professor Triple's in the building and I got some schooling to do. So, no more talk, let's go to work. The greatest Capcom arcade game experience on the Ultimate Home Arcade, celebrating a true champion of arcade gaming. Emblazoned with Capcom's iconic dual-tone logo, the Capcom Home Arcade delivers a classic single and multiplayer arcade gaming experience. Featuring 16 of the best Capcom titles from the golden age of arcade gaming, 2 full-slot premium stick and button configurations allow these games to be played the way they were meant to be played. Yes and no. You know what? We'll save that for the game portion. We'll save that for the game portion because there are some things in here. Well, one thing in particular, but we'll talk about that. Look, authentic gaming, featuring a pair of competition-class Sanwa JLF TP8YT sticks with 8-way GTY directional gates and OBSF buttons for the finest precision, response times, and durability. The 16 pre-installed games are for the original Capcom CPS 1 and 2 arcade ROMs with emulation provided by Final Burn Alpha and B Alpha. It's nasty. Delivering an authentic and accurate arcade experience exclusively for the Capcom Home Arcade. So, stop it right here for a second. I said this earlier, I'll say it again. Given what this is, you probably should have went with Bat Tops or at least have that as an option. Just putting it out there. I'm saying that live. If you are going to emulate CPS 1 and 2 games, yeah, Final Burn Alpha will probably be the emulator you want to use. The one problem I kind of have with this, and I'm just because I'm going to sit up here and say this up front, given what Final Burn Alpha can do, why isn't Red Earth on here? It's a CPS 3 game, yes. That no, you wouldn't include anything Street Fighter 3, JoJo's a hard sell, you know, given what else that this thing provides, Red Earth would have been a perfect pick to replace one of these games that you can play elsewhere. I'm just putting it out there, just in ether. Red Earth. Secret, we're actually going to play some Red Earth because there are very few videos on the internet that actually explain how that game works. A whole bunch of people play it, no one explains how very special and unique that game works. Uncle Triple's gonna take care of you. I promise. Moving right along. Play. No, you don't need to see that. Play. Compete and cooperate. Break some high scores in single player, team up with a friend in co-op multiplayer, or destroy them in a head-to-head battle. Then upload your best scores via the Capcom Home Arcade onboard Wi-Fi to a worldwide score leaderboard to see how you match up against other players across the globe. I guess. I'm not saying that ain't dope, but give it, well, okay. When you think about the games that we saw that are listed, there are things you can do. So, now I'm finna put this in the ether. This gonna get hacked like everything else. I can give myself Red Earth. Maybe I can do other things that we'll discuss like once we get into this list we were about to take a look at, because given what this is and given what this can possibly do, Uncle Triple's got questions about how we can do a thing. Okay, yeah, cool. Look, these are our 16 video games that are included in the Capcom Home Arcade. There are a couple of these games in particular that I definitely want to highlight. So, it's a wonderful list. Like, look at this list. You know, we'll go through the list just for the giggles, right? 1944, The Loot Master, Alien vs. Predator, Armored Warriors, Capcom Sports Club, Captain Commando, Cyberbots, Full Metal Mountains, Darkstalkers, a Vampire, The Night Warriors, Echo Fighters, Final Fight, Ghouls and Ghosts, Giga Wing, Mega Man The Power Battle, Pro Gear, Arashi, Storm of Pro Gear, things of that nature, Street Fighter 2 Dash, Hyper Fighting Strider, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, which has been played on this channel, by the way. You should watch that. Me and the missus had a battle, and I plan to put up a rematch because the couple that games together. Okay, so I'm looking at these 16 games that I've already looked at them already. Like then I told you that Professor Triple was coming. I'm here, baby. Let's start at the top. 1944, The Loot Master. Now, this is a sequel to 19XX, right? What's important about this game is the following. Number one, this is not a game that was produced by Capcom. That would be aiding the people that brought you such games as, I don't know, stuff. We'll just call those games stuff for no reason at all, because I remembered it's early in the morning and people were sleeping, and I don't want to, scream things like, "On police, Bat Rider!" Yeah. Okay, so I didn't scream it, but I pushed it forward towards you. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. That's what we'll call it. Rising, aiding, been killing the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did just scream "On Police, Bat Rider" to you. You can pick up some of their other classics in M2 Shy Triggers, like, I don't know, some game called Fever SOS. I don't know if you ever heard of that game. You might know better by Dangon Fever, and some game that some people consider probably the best shooter of all time. Oh, Battle Garega. Yeah, that thing. Yeah, so given that all of that is important, but the underlying point is this game has never left the arcade ever. Has never been available for you to really officially play as a port in your own home until right now, technically, because even though it's an emulation of an arcade game, it was never released in any way, not on any compilation, anything like that. So it's special to see this one right here live. So I think that's kind of dope. Yeah. See, let Uncle Triple tell you a story, right? See, I'm still in my professor also, but Uncle Triple gonna speak real quick. There was a time about maybe 11 years ago when Capcom should have released this on Xbox Live, because there was an Alien vs. Predator movie. Kind of like how, when the TMNT movie came out, Ubisoft was quick to throw up a version of the 1989 TMNT arcade game, which was okay for emulation for the year 2008, done by people who shouldn't do emulation. But I'm looking at this and staring at this right now, and I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I remember when I first played this in the arcade, I played this at a Six Flags. First time I ever played this game, got immediately bopped, but over the years, through emulation, been able to enjoy this game and love this game. Lin Kurosawa is the B.A.E. You know what it is. South of Shimon from, what's that game? Cannon Spike. There we go. So, here is the problem that this thing faces, at least when we come to Alien vs. Predator, Armored Warriors, and Captain Commando. These games support more than 2 players. So, can I hook 2 of these together and play 4-player Captain Commando? Can I play 3-player Alien vs. Predator? Can I play 3-player Armored Warriors? Did you guys even consider this when you put this machine together? Just saying. Just put that out there. It's great to sit up here and be able to do Infinites with Lin Kurosawa. That's wonderful. But to know that this game can't be fully played and experienced the way that you could experience in an arcade with playing the maximum amount of players, I don't know. What's crazy, and what's really crazy, when you consider that Armored Warriors and Captain Commando are part of the Capcom Belt Action Collection or Beat 'em Up Collection, depending on how nasty you want to get, and Final Fight 2, so I don't forget that, are part of a collection that costs $20 that should have had this game in it, which they could equally sell this on its own for $20 damn, and people would buy it. The same. I'm just like, it's kind of crazy to see that this is what you do with that. So I don't know if it's going to be, if this is going to be released later on anything else. It probably should. While you have the permission from Fox and Disney and everyone's friends, that you might want to release this on something else to give more people a chance to play a classic arcade like Alien vs Predator. Just putting it out there. Time to hunt, bitch. Time to hunt. This is Armor Warriors. You can go play that on that Capcom Better Action Selection thing we talked about. Capcom Sports Club. Have you ever had a secret favorite video game? This is one of mine. I really appreciate that this game exists because it's a weird thing where you have basketball, you got soccer or football, if you're from another country, and tennis. Here's a fun fact about this game. While this game as a whole has never been ported, the tennis portion of this game was reworked and remixed to a game that you can only get exclusively from like a mail-in Capcom shop called Net Day Tennis. So part of this game actually lives in a way you can legally play it if you can find a copy of Net Day Tennis. And last time I looked for Net Day Tennis on eBay, you can get it for like $50-$60. So if you really want to experience 1/3 of this video game on your Dreamcast, you can do that. But as a whole, Capcom Sports Club is amazing. It's an amazing thing. Like, it's an amazing dumb thing that is amazingly dumb and beautiful. So you appreciate it for what it is. So it's going to be fun that technically you get 3 technical games in one. So we've gone from 16 to 18 video games just like that. Oh, this is Captain Commando. Captain Fire. This is Cyberbots Full Metal Madness. Even given this is the arcade version, the answer will always be the Saturn version for reasons like, I don't know, being able to play as the bosses and also Zygoki. So, just putting it out there. Darkstalkers, the Night Warriors. Now, I didn't even think of this until we just highlighted this video game, but let me say this. A couple of years ago, Capcom disappointed me when they sat up here and they set the future of this video game on top of Darkstalkers Resurrection, knowing that it was going to bomb and fail. I did everything I could. I own a PS3 disc version of Vampire Resurrection, and I have this both on 360 and PS3, so triple dip, just to show you that I love this series. This was not included in there because I don't think nobody wanted to do the HD work to get this game together. But given what Vampire Saver ultimately was, I still believe to this day Darkstalkers the Night Warriors is something that should be experienced right alongside X-Men Children of the Atom, because those games came similarly, like right behind each other. That understanding that what Darkstalkers did for Street Fighter to evolve, and what X-Men Children of the Atom ultimately did for fighting games in general, because of introducing crossovers and things like that, even though you could kind of technically link that back over to Fatal Fury Special and Ryo, understanding that both of those games do serve a very wonderful purpose, and even in a game exists today that you know is called Street Fighter V. So this is a wonderful choice. I appreciate that it's here, and it's one of my favorites. Just a note, because I'm gonna make a video about it later. Tournament games are played in Turbo Speed 1 or 2, depending on the choice, never in Turbo 3. I got some bad information back in the day, so I'm correcting myself now, and we'll make a full correction video when I get to reviewing Vampire Saver and get back to reviewing Darkstalkers as a whole. Eco Fighters. You may have never heard of this game, and I forgot to do my research to figure. Oh, the game is. It's like, hold up, I'm bringing on my phone because I know like what the name. It's like called like Ecology something. Like let me see, because it's called like Ecology something. I swear it's like on the tip of my tongue. Let me see. Yeah. I'm gonna pull it on my phone because I want to know what this is. Because let me see. Ultimate Ecology. Close enough. Ultimate Ecology. This was part of the Capcom Classic Collection 2. If I'm not mistaken. Capcom Classic Collection 2. It's a really fun shooter with a whole, Captain Planet vibe. So if you're into that, it's good to know that that was the only time Eco Fighters was ever ported to anything. Was well, not technically ported, but put in a way that you can play it at home. So to see it on here, that's kind of a wild picture, to try to keep the what's the word I'm looking for here? The balance of the gumbo that is picking out these video games. So good to see Eco Fighters here, Ultimate Ecology as it were. Do I really need to say something about this video game? Here's the truth, though. I still believe to this day, the only way to truly experience this video game, to be honest, is part of the Final Fight Double Impact. I still believe that game had a visual flair and wonder that still sticks with me to this day. And when it's time to play Final Fight on this channel, and we plan to, we'll be playing Final Fight 1 through that collection, because what that collection did was really like at a time when we were still trying to figure out like what these ports of games should be in this new digital age. Final Fight Double Impact really showed like what you can really do, and it also has an episode of a cartoon on it, so there's that too. Here's the thing you should be watching out for. It's some people out in the streets trying to give you exactly what you need on both fronts. Not only bringing you a 3-player version of the arcade version of Final Fight, but someone's actually doing the work Capcom wouldn't and actually making a 2-player Super Nintendo version of Final Fight, while technically that's Final Fight 1. So, I don't know. It should be interesting to see like once both of those things get together, to really see 3-player Final Fight. Like, I cannot wait for that, and I cannot wait to get the fam down here so that we can experience that live. So be waiting for that. Ghouls and Ghosts. What do we say about a man who gets knocked out of his armor and wanders around in heart-covered underwear? Not much. It's the middle game. It's probably the arcade game you could go with because it's the second one. There are better ways to experience this video game, including, hack versions that actually fix the video game. The remix of the PSP game only in Japanese. And also you can play Maximo because, you should do that. Giga Wing. You can play this on the Dreamcast. And that's all I really have to say. Other than the fact that this game is crack cocaine. So if you're a shmup fan, yay. If you're not a shmup fan, you're in for a treat. Giga Wing is good. Really, really good. So, there you go. That's all I have to say about Giga Wing. There's not really much I can say otherwise. Given that we still have Pro Gear to talk about, and we'll get into that in a second, technically, no, I can't say that. It would be nice, though. It would be nice just on the side hustle. Just on the side hustle. Just run this. That when the Psycho collections were coming out, that they could have had the Dreamcast version that had Morgan in it. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about Gunbird, but, I wish that PSP port would have came out. But it is what it is. Mega Man, the Power Battle. Okay. Well. How do we have this conversation? Let me think. Well, there are ways you could play this. And there's a way you never should. Let's start with the way you never should. There was a Mega Man Anniversary Collection where a porting house got putting PS1 games on a PS2 wrong. Yeah. In that same collection, you figured out that you couldn't put emulation together. Playing the Power Battle and Mega Man the Power Fighters on the Mega Man Anniversary Collection that came out for the PS2, the GameCube version with backwards buttons, and the Xbox version with the only technical playable version of a mess, had all that on there, and it was horrible. I still wish that when the Anniversary Collections came back out again, they would have had the PS1 versions in them, and somebody would have translated them correctly and gave that more love. But hey, you get what you can't. Hell, we didn't get Game Boy games, or hell, we didn't get Mega Man and Base either, so what complaint am I really lodging? I don't know. But got some for that ass though. Rockman Power Battle Fighters on PS2. It's on PSN. You can play it on a PS3. You can import the game and play it on a PS2. So there's your answer always. I wonder why they chose the power battle over the power fighters, though. Still wondering that. Like, sitting here right now, looking at this game, wondering why they didn't choose its sequel over the first game. I don't know. Second game has duo, has relations to Mega Man 8. Would have been nice to, try to draw that parallel to your collections you already have out. Just put it out there. Oh! This is Pro Gear no Arashi. Made by the wonderful folks at Cave, who bring you crack cocaine, like all that crack cocaine they've been releasing forever. I put this hope out now. One day, I'm going to get an Xbox One, and I'm going to be able to put in my mini K shooting games that I own that are Japanese only for a Japanese 360 that I don't own, and be able to play them backwards compatibly. Until then, we get to talk about the game that Cave made for Capcom and Pro Gear no Arashi. This is one of the best shmups in the business. Just putting it out there. The game will speak for itself. So again, just like with Giga Wing, with 1944 the Loot Master, and even Echo Fighter to a degree, all the shmups on here have something special to offer with what they do with the genre. And Pro Gear no Arashi is no different. But if we're going to take what's the best game on here when it comes to shmups, it's the one I got highlighted. That's a guarantee. Giga Wing close second. Pro Gear, cocaine. In general, period. So yeah. You ain't never played Pro Gear no Arashi before, you's about to have a good old time. So, given what this is, it's like, Pro Gear is another one of those games that didn't get a port that I really think should have for the reasons that it should have. I am thinking of something, and I'm going back to my phone because I want to make sure that I make this point. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Daimahu, thank you. Daimahu is a technical sequel to Maho the Saisuke. I might have talked about that game on this channel before. I wonder why that's not on here. I wonder why, cause you could drop Echo Fighter and put Daimahu on here and wouldn't nobody miss it. But you love that game too. So maybe hoping that the one thing that I am hoping that you can add games to this thing, because that's one of the things that hasn't been done, that you can add games without it being hacked first. So either give me away with that Wi-Fi joint to add games wirelessly, or somebody hack this thing so I can put a whole bunch of more games to that, so be able to play Red Earth on something. Do we really need to talk about what some people consider one of the best fighting games in the business still in the year 2019? I didn't think so. See, one of the reasons I would want to hack this thing is so, I can put all those dumb hacks where you do a Shoryuken and 30 fireballs come out, because that shit's dumb. But I appreciate and love it, so you do what you can with that information. Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. I'm like, it's Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting. What else can I say about this game that has not been said about this game since it existed for over 20 years? Not much. Well, it's been almost 20 years, mathematics and things like that. When I looked at this list, this was one of those where I was kind of like, well, okay. And I wasn't saying it well, okay, but I guess if you're going to include a game, I'm like, Strider would be good. Strider would probably be that joint that you really old school joints. You know what I'm saying? Because you got Final Fight, Strider kind of complements that a little bit in Captain Commando to a less degree, and even Alien vs. Predator. But Strider, one of the best in the business. I really would like to play Osman on something. Just put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Just putting that out there because it is what it is. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, right? Yeah. There's really not nothing else you would put unless you really want to like replace this with Puzzle Loop, and people would be angry that Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo wasn't available. So yeah, this is probably the best of what you get, unless they feel it was put Buster Brothers on her or something. You could do that too, but you know that gets into like weird magical territories of things too. So if you're gonna go with something, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo is probably your best bet. It'll be interesting to see if like if because like one of the questions I do have is like, especially with some of these games, will like some things be available like mainly for stuff that wasn't like Darkstalkers and Night Warriors, for example. On the Vampire Darkstalkers collection, one of the things you could do was you could add Phobos and Pyron as like playable characters on the character selection. It would be nice if that was included. You know what I'm saying? Like there are like secret things in Capcom Sports Club that you can do, and I don't know. Like there are a lot of things like with some of these games that you can really do when it comes to like cheats and things like that. So it'll be interesting to really see like if they dabble into that, because Final Bar Alpha does that to a degree, but does it a little obtusely. So you have to download like cheat things and things like that. But it does it well, but it's a little obtuse if you're not used to using it. So I wonder if that type of stuff will be included, or once this thing is inevitably hacked, that stuff hacked in. Just putting it out there for you. So those are our 16 video games. So you've done all that talking about 16 video games. Let's figure out how this damn thing works. How it works. Simply plug and play. Connect a supply HDMI cable from your Capcom arcade to your TV and a supply USB cable to a USB power supply and turn it on. How much power does this thing take? I wonder. I got questions. Now, one of the things given how this thing is made is it don't look like there's a way that you could connect a second one together. Or maybe with the Wi-Fi, if somebody were to hack it or things like that, or if you took the micro USB and then put like a hub on it that you could connect two of them together so you can play those 3-player games like Alien vs. Predator. Because, yeah, Alien vs. Predator and Armor Warriors were the only 3 more than 2-player games that were actually available on this collection. So there is all of that. But it'll be interesting to see. I like how this thing looks. This is a beautiful piece of tech. Still would love some ball tops though. Back tops. What am I saying? Ball tops are right here available. It's too early in the morning for this shit. You can pre-order now and you can get this right there on the Capcom UK store. It's like it's up, but given that they haven't announced it for the United States of the America KKK, you know what I'm saying, that nothing I can really do about importing this thing. But I bet you Capcom will probably have some information about this sometime today, if not only tomorrow, to pre-order this thing. Because I would like to know how much it is. Well, actually, let's see if we go to the Capcom store, because I clicked this and didn't really look at it, but this is $229. So how much of this is in cash? Damn, 300 bones. But that's Brexit money turning to Trump money. So $300 for this. $300. Alright. Let's take some history out here. Given what this thing is made out of, it's probably made out of $300 worth of parts. Mainly, this probably cost so much because they had to go talk to Mickey Mouse. Like, yo, can we borrow Alien vs. Predator for 5 seconds, please? Please release that on something, please. Given that, yeah, given what it is, $300, and people probably gonna be modding the hell out of this thing. This thing got some work. Thing is that this thing may also bomb really hard, so you may be able to pick what they saying is 287 in Uncle Donald bucks. It could be a lot less. Look at the damn PlayStation Classic. You can get one of them for $40. Them things weren't even $100 for a damn week, and now them things is probably one of the best things you can go get. Like, get more than one, because you can hack it in so many dumb ways. I'll get one because the possibilities to hack this thing wide open and really add what it is that this thing needs, like 3-player support and games that weren't included in the initial 16. that I really think that that's where it's really gonna sit. Like having like a full like, cause this thing is powered by Final Burn Alpha. Do you know how many games Final Burn Alpha can run? Given that somebody hacked this thing and you like, cause the only thing we don't know is how is this handling its memory? Can you if you hack it? Can you expand it? Cause it's like last time I checked, because I know this information, the complete ROM set with ROMs that are zipped or whatever and put in the folders, I think that came out to like, for last time I read about, was like 13 gigs. For like every game at the time when the latest version of Final Burn Alpha came out, that it was like 13 gigs for like every ROM. So that's a lot of video games. So there's a lot that can be done, but even then, if you really get down to the gritty of being able to like hack this thing and put this wide open, it's some dumb stuff that I would love to play, like Street Fighter 3 4 Strike, dumb hacks like that, JoJo dumb hacks and things like that. Definitely for the umpteenth time, sit up here and scream that Capcom is sitting up here, kind of sort of pushing Red Earth a little bit in Street Fighter 5. I still wonder why that wasn't a game that was chosen, but they did stick to CPS 1 and 2 games, so it probably may have been, whatever it is, a little too much for it to run, so that may be what it is, but maybe somebody, again, unlocks the power of this monstrous beast and put some work in on it. So, that's enough for me for now. Live TV, gonna drag me back over here to big screen. I'm gonna press a button, another button, and then another button. Another button. There you go. Oh, yeah. So, I am glad we had this conversation. Glad we had this conversation. I hope you learned something. I'm going to scoot in the frame just a little bit, and I'm actually going to press this. That's better. I hope Professor Triple School you do some work, because I'm like, yo, given what these things are and given what this could be, if this thing gets blown wide open, this could be something good. The price tag got me a little iffy. If there's a way for me to get some back tops, that would be wonderful. I can't wait to see, because the thing come out in October, so you got some time. They got time to make changes, adjustments, if there are games that they got to take off and things like that. My thing is, what I think is really, really, really important is that a lot of these games that are included on this collection make it off of this super duper pretend arcade machine and in digital ways that we can have it. So I really hope the way that Capcom signed those deals, that 2 weeks from now, you can play Alien vs. Predator, just Alien vs. Predator, 3-player, adjust all the work just like they did in the Capcom Build Action Collection, and really bring it home. I would love to play Diamond Hoop, Pro Gear no Arashi. I would love to play Giga Wing on something that's not a Dreamcast. I'm like, I don't really have a difference, but it would be nice to be able to do that, because like right now, all the major hitters going to Switch right now. When they come to like shooters or whatever, like me, Evil Freak, and the boy Jock King, man, we had a little meeting and we sat up and we played Night Slashers on the Switch, and I appreciate having that available on the Switch, but that port is so bare bones, it's insane. Just rap. Like, that port is so bare bones. Like, I just want to play the Japanese version where it says go to hell when it tells you to start moving forward to go beat up zombies. It just go. It's just go, and it's like you have no way to adjust the options, but the thing is supposed to be coming to PS4, so hopefully they update it to where a lot of these things have better options, because when you have folks like M2 the God sitting up here putting in this work on these emulation projects, and then when you expect things from things you've been waiting for forever to get somewhere where you can play it legally and it come up short, you deal with it, you accept it for what it is, but you hope that it can be better. And that's just an example of something that I hope that can be better. It's like, given like what's about to happen with like SNK got some work coming out soon and things like that. Like when we took a look at the PAX thing a while back, it's supposed to be a Samurai Shodown Online collection. So what's gonna happen to 5 Special that was released by Cold Mystics? What's gonna happen with all the games that have been released by Hamster? A lot of these things have been able to coexist and get along, but it's gonna start to get weird in a minute. Some of this stuff is gonna start to disappear, like Neo Geo Station on the PS3 just vanished out of nowhere. But you can still technically get it if you do a Google search. But you know whether that's legally or illegally. You know what I'm saying? Kick, push, stroke. You know what I'm saying? So here we sit right now on the precipice of this thing. It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm just waiting for this thing to get hacked out the wazoo to figure out how much stuff this can hold and can it run a CPS3 game. Because if it can run that, it can like I say, Final Burn Alpha can run a lot, and I mean a lot of things. Put a whole bunch of boss hacks on that mug, man. Sky the limit. Sky the limit of what you can do with the thing. If somebody can really hack that Wi-Fi thing and do some real work, also like yo, we can connect. Like yo, hack this thing. We'll build a lobby. You can sit up and play three-player Armor Warriors or 3-player Alien versus Predator. That's the work. I'm like, I know. I'm like, I got faith. I got faith in my gaming community because, like, yo, every time one of these things come out, somebody always bust that thing wide open and do what they can with it. NES, SNES Classic, that Genesis gonna get hacked. The Kingdom Come, like the the analog with the Mega SG came on, they hacked you play anything you want on that mug now. Like that thing, like I think that thing was out for all of like a day, and then somebody hacked that mug. You know what I'm saying? Like. We talked about the PlayStation Classic. Did dirty work with that. I'm like, the Neo Geo one, that thing been hacked for months, but no one really cared that it exists. And there are like multiple versions of it. Or one with like Wu-Tang Clan colors. I'm kind of interested in getting that. And one that got Merry Christmas stuff on it. And it's like, if I'm going to quickly say this, while this is on my mind, I do not appreciate how that thing was released. I own the international version. I do not appreciate how that thing was released, but now that you can hack it or whatever, you can hack those games back. But I'll probably end up catching a Japanese one on the cheap, trying to get one of like right now them holiday ones on eBay hitting for like $250. I don't really think having a Merry Christmas Neo Geo Mini is worth $250. Just me, but that's just where we are right now. We in a good place right now. This is a good thing, and I appreciate that they really going high end for this. But I want to see somebody put this work in first. I throw $300 at it, because $300 is a lot of money for 16 video games and a big giant arcade stick. Just put that out. That's just me. That's just me and how Uncle Triple feels about it. Like, it may be a different price, because I'm thinking if going from Brexit bucks to Uncle Trump bucks is $287, I'm guessing it's probably gonna release for like $250 over here in our hood. So again, once that information comes out, and maybe that because this is UK doing this, that maybe some of the games might change, or you may be able to select multiple ROMs. We don't know, because the only games that would come in handy would be what? Final Fight, Capcom Sports Club, because Capcom Sports Club, depending on the version of the ROM, switches the orders of the video game. Nothing changes about them but the order, because of the country it comes in. Because in the U.S., basketball is important, and in everywhere else in the world, football, bitch. So that's the thing. You probably didn't know that, but now you do. Some reason my head is thinking Punk Shot, but that's the Konami game that came out in 1987 or 89. I'm not really sure, but Punk Shot's really good. I really like it for what Punk Shot is. It works. So, Street Hoop. I'm not going to say no more. Somebody going to hear Street Hoop, just know Street Hoop is coming to the channel, because Hoops 96. I'm hoping Johnny Turbo's Arcade get the Don't Dream 96, because that game is 4 players, and that's never been emulated on anything. So, but I know Street Hoop is like on everything. Like, you can get Street Hoop as part of the hamster collection. So you don't get in the hoof now. Well, I can't even sing that. They might like this video. I sound just like the dude. Look, regardless, yo, I'm excited for this thing. I am really excited for this thing, and I cannot wait for this to come out. Wait to see what the streets do with this thing. It's going to be a fun time. But look, I'm going to sit up for a minute. I've been spitting heat for like 40 minutes, so I'm going to get a drink of water before I get y'all out of here, because I still got a whole bunch more work to put in. So give me a second here. That's good. Let me sit this on this side. Right there. There we go. Look. We've got more show for you, so please sit back, relax, and stay tuned. And on both hands, hit on the bling bling and the non bling bling end. Bling blow, diamond lemonade cuts. But look, yo, we have got more show for you, so please sit back, relax, and stay tuned. Yo, the congregation rolling with me, Betsy on special assignment as usual, and Janine purring to make sure that we get this CRACKCOCAINE to YOU. So look, keep culo and cito. That's bad Spanish. And it wasn't even Spanish. It was me saying a Spanish word surrounded by English words by a word that I ended in O. That was bad and it was wrong, but it was funny to me. So we're trying. Look, we have got more show for you. Bang! God, I'm glad that I so added that into the mix though. Like just point the finger. Bang! See, I love that. Let me clown. Look, we have got more show for you, them, and they. Right after these commercial messages. Alien versus Predator. A wonderful, wonderful thing indeed. I really, like I say, I love the picks. Love Street's gonna be able to get some pro gear, some Giga Wing in a system. 1944, the Loot Master. Yes, sir. Eco Fighters. What I played of Eco Fighters on the Capcom Classic Collection too. I enjoyed the hell out of that. By the way, get both of those on the next box. Do not buy that for the PS2 because it can't handle emulation, and I don't think either one of them was on the Dreamcast. But the PSP does a decent job of it, so you do what you can. Was there anything else that I want to say? Here's hoping this thing. Oh, excuse me. Here's hoping this thing get hacked. 3-player support. Add ROMs, do a whole bunch of stuff because it's Final Burn Alpha. I will say this though, now that I thought about it before we get up out of here. It's great to know that the PSP, not the PSP, the PlayStation Classic used a homebrew emulator, and this is using Final Burn Alpha. It's good to know, man, that all this work that has been done for years to preserve these games for people to be able to experience them in a way that, that has a legal magical gray area, that is being used for projects like this so these things can be preserved. So I think that is a great and a wonderful thing. Like I said, more show for all of y'all right after these commercial messages.